We got Sugar Baby School. Let's get it.
Here are 3 reasons why yo ass can't find a sugar daddy. Just in case anyone was wondering why I'm so qualified to give any sugar baby advice, I'm Maya, a sugar baby in Miami who hasn't paid bills in a while, so she decided to get on TikTok and become a sugar baby teacher because she has nothing else better to do.
Sugar
Now, I've
baby
only been in the sugar baby world for 9 years, as of October. And I'm no expert, but I do know a thing or two. And I can tell you that the first reason why you're having so much trouble finding your next financial provider is because of your appearance. Now, I mean no harm when I say this, ladies, but this has got to go. And here's why. When dealing with a high valued man, you're more than likely to assume that he's business oriented or has some type of dealings with very important people. So when dealing with a man that looks like money, you've got to match his energy.
And I 100% agree with her. I don't even think it has to be a dude with money. The majority of men don't like the weaves, the wigs, the extensions, the big ghetto eyelashes, and the super ghetto ratchet nails. Majority of men don't like it, even if their significant other wears the stuff. But most men are too cowardly to actually let their woman know. But spot on, Sugar Baby.
These are the attributes that I find most sugar daddies tend to gravitate towards the most. A more natural, classy, and sophisticated look. Like me. Most high value men are picky, and they can afford to be, which means they want a certain type of look and a certain attitude. Which leads me to the second reason why your ass can't find a sugar daddy. Your approach is all bad. I see a lot of women who seem to think that their sugar daddy is their man, and that is simply not the case. If your sugar daddy doesn't do things like text you good morning beautiful every morning and text back fast enough, then the sugar baby life is not for you. The main goal here is financial freedom. So if you can't take not arguing or getting into it with the man that funds your entire existence, there's the door, bitch. He's paying you to make him feel good, and in return, you're rewarded with a soft life. I mean, what could be better than that? And as long as the funds don't stop, I'm gonna shut up so I can shop.
But it's funny because even with that being said, it still be a lot of women's problem. It's just shutting up. And so many of them can't do it. That's probably why she needs to include this in her course.
On his dime. And finally, the last reason why your ass can't find an old rich man with dividends and a 401k to send you $1,000 whenever you ask. You keep going to the wrong places. Girl, if I have to tell you not to go to a nightclub to scope out sugar daddies one more time, the old man you seek to put you in his will is not a live, bitch. You think Anna Nicole found her 86-year-old in a section popping bottles of 1942 and Casamigos with city girls playing loud as in the back? Take your ass where the valet don't look like an exotic rental car company with lime green Lambo trucks and purple Bentleys. Find you somewhere like the hot spots listed in my Sugar Baby 101, and I can bet you my life insurance policy that I just took out on my sugar daddy, who should be kicking the bucket at any moment, that you'll be joining the soft life in no time. I hope this helped my future hoes. Download my Sugar Baby guides at sugarbaby101.com. And
SugarBaby101.com is amazing. I also think it's funny if people believe that these sugar babies, who are nothing but just pros like a lot of the other ones, are talking extremely wealthy men into putting them in their will.
Stop the cap.
Unless he's just old and senile. Majority of the time, not so much.
Follow for part 2 and more tips on how to be a sugar baby, just like me. Bye for now. Here are the 3 best times to meet your next sugar daddy. And I can tell you that the best time to meet your next sugar daddy are between these 2 times. From 11 to 1, you're catching the lunch breakers. You know, the ones that need a break from the office, or the ones that like to have business meetings in nice places to complement their image. Then you have the 5 to 9ers, the ones who aren't quite ready to go home to their boring and lonely lives, so they head to an upscale bar to unwind. See, those are my favorite, because not only are you more than likely to leave with a free meal, you could potentially run into someone who's useful in the future. Maybe even your next sugar daddy. My second favorite best time to meet a sugar daddy, and that's during convention season. Here in Miami, the real estate market is booming, which means the real estate conventions are full of broker tycoons and housing moguls from all around the world. And they can't wait to take advantage of the leisure part of their business trip, because who comes to Miami and doesn't play? I try to find nice restaurants or bars near the convention site and make plans to have a drink or two at one of those establishments. I would suggest looking up conventions and other major events that could be happening in major cities near you. And if you need tips on how to attract a high value man, be sure to download my Sugar Baby 101 at sugarbaby101.com. Lastly, my final best time to meet a sugar daddy: when you're traveling. That's right, airport lounges. As a frequent flyer, I frequent American Airlines Admiral Club lounges very often. However, if you're not a frequent flyer, most airlines offer day passes to their lounges, so there's no excuse. Not only are you away from all the chaos and confusion that an airport has to offer, these lounges hold high-value men who would prefer privacy. So while you're in there enjoying all the complimentary snacks and drinks, make sure you're scoping that room for your next potential suitor. Who knows? Your next trip could be on an Emirates business class flight to Dubai. Lucky bitch. I hope this helped my future hoes. Download my sugar baby guides at sugarbaby101.com and follow for part 2 and more tips on how to be a sugar baby, just like me. Bye for now. Here are 3 ways that I ask my sugar daddies for money.
Part 3. And at least she does seem like she at least has some sense. Seems like she knows a bit of game. Spot on to it. But I don't think so many women can pull this off because of things she mentioned earlier, shedding up and not being dressed like a hood booger all ratchet and ghetto. That would be one of the women's biggest impediments, in my opinion.
And I can tell you, one of the best ways to ask your sugar daddy for money is to be a damsel in distress. Now, most of my girls, they understand this role very well. The role of a woman who is in dire need. And so she activates her man's savior complex. Oh, babe. My headlight on my car just went out and I need to get it fixed ASAP. Or I won't be able to run errands. And I won't be able to come and see you tonight when the sun goes down. Can you help me? I really need you to send me $1,000 so I can get this problem fixed ASAP. Plus, I want to see you. I want to throw up. He'll either put his superhero Crocs in sports mode and make sure the problem is solved, or he'll ignore you.
And it's funny, she said it makes you want to throw up the idea of sleeping with the sugar baby. And I had the same exact at the thought of a woman hitting me up and begging me over the phone, because that type of shit has never worked on me before. Click.
And if he does, that ain't my fault, bitch. I ain't tell you to listen to me. Next up, it's have a plan. Most of the sugar daddies that I've ever encountered have never had a problem funding any endeavor that I'm after, so long as it makes sense. For example, I told an old sugar daddy of mine back in college that I wanted a spa. I had the PowerPoints, the spreadsheets, and the business plan. I was prepared and ready. And guess what? So was he. He was on board, bitch. He sent the money and everything. I even told another sugar daddy at one point in my life that I wanted my boobs done. After 3 long consultations, I finally had my surgery estimate and the perfect doctor. And so he sent me the money. See, when you have a plan with a businessman and it makes sense, they're almost always on board. Now, as far as my spa and my new hoo-has, I might have had 1 too many. Okay. I might have had 10 too many. I'll make the money back moments. We've all had those. But I learned my lesson, so don't be like me, future hoes. Finally, my favorite of them all, a suitable salatium. Okay. I'll put it in layman's terms. An allowance. When your sugar daddy understands that in order to attain some or most of your time, he needs to be paying that monthly fine. Think of the fabulous Miss Lorelai from Gentlemen's Prefer Blondes. She has no problem letting her new fiance know that in order for her to give up her time, she needs to be reassured that her financial future is secured. Smart girl. And the man with the high net worth and who understands and appreciates her worth doesn't mind giving her the financial freedom that she seeks because he knows how lucky of a man he is to have a girl like her even look his way. But of course, the brokies won't understand this, so this isn't for them. I hope this helped my future hoes. Download my sugar baby guides at sugarbaby101.com and more tips on how to be a sugar baby, just like me. Bye for now.
And it's crazy that she calls other groups of people brokey when you're pretty much selling your body for a living. And one of the things that happened, I stumbled upon this rabbit hole of 304 Life on TikTok, is that they always say they're not sleeping with the dudes. And it's like, shut up, bitch! Don't nobody believe you, man. But as far as 2 adult people making transactions amongst themselves, it ain't my thing. I'm not mad at it. It just couldn't be me. I don't even understand the allowance. If I'm paying you money to take you to Pound Town from town to town, once I take you to Pound Town, I give you some cash. But to have you on this monthly retainer, what's the likelihood of these women getting 1 sugar daddy, but they're getting sugar daddies who's gullible enough to write them in their will? I call a little bit of cap on there.
You do realize that we can see you lying, right?
But what do you guys think? She's got a whole school, 304 school 101, whatever the hell it was called. She out here making money, teaching women how to be 304s, man. That's where we're at in 2024. What the hell do I know? You guys let me know in the comments. Is it hit or miss? Do better squad. Fall out.